All right, today we're going to tear down something you probably see 100 times a day, but maybe you don't really see it. We're talking about a digital doorway that's hiding in plain sight. So let's start digging.
Okay, so here it is. This is our subject. It just looks like a random jumble of green and black squares, right? Kind of like digital static. But hidden inside that pattern, there's a key, a map. It's a direct line from the physical world right into the digital one. It's basically a portal, and you've probably got one in your pocket right now.
I mean, you see these things everywhere, don't you? On menus, posters, bus stops. They're just part of the background now. But have you ever, really stopped and looked at one? I mean, actually peered into it and tried to see the pattern in the noise? What are we really looking at here?
So the official name is a QR code. QR stands for Quick Response, which honestly is the perfect name for it. It's basically an optical label your phone can read in a split second. The easiest way to think about it is like a super-powered barcode. It can hold way more information and can link you to pretty much anything on the internet.
You know, I really love this way of putting it. It's kind of like a modern hieroglyph, isn't it? Seriously, think about it. Ancient Egyptians used these complex symbols to tell stories, and here we are using these little pixelated squares to connect our physical world to this enormous digital universe, and we do it in a single glance.
Okay, so how does it pull that off? Because it's definitely not just a random splash of pixels. Nope. Every single dot, every square in there has a job to do. So let's zoom in and break down the anatomy of this thing piece by piece.
And it's actually way more logical than you might think. See those three big squares in the corners? Those are the finder patterns. They're like guideposts that tell your phone's camera which way is up. Then there's that smaller square. That's for alignment. It helps the camera read the code even if it's crooked or on a curved surface. The empty white border? That's the quiet zone. Just gives the scanner a little space to work. And everything else? All those little dots? That's the data matrix. That's where the good stuff, the actual information is hidden.
And when I say it holds information, I mean it holds a lot. Check this out. A standard QR code like this can pack in up to 7,089 numeric characters. That's enough for a really long web address or all your contact info, maybe even a super short story. All of that squished into this tiny little space. It's just incredibly dense.
Okay, but look closer at this specific code. It's got something extra, something you don't see on every QR code. Right there, smack in the middle, hidden in plain sight, there's a clue. And it's one that we humans can actually read, no scanner needed.
And there it is, Volcano Publishing. This is our first real lead in this investigation. The code that's meant for a machine has a human-readable message right in its heart. So whoever made this, they wanted you to know who they were before you even thought about scanning it. And let's just think about that name for a second. Volcano Publishing. It's kind of an interesting mix, right? Volcano makes you think of raw power, creative eruption, this big natural force. But publishing, that's all about structure, knowledge, carefully spreading ideas. So the name itself seems to suggest something about, taking these powerful raw ideas and giving them form. All right, so we've taken the code apart. We've looked at the clue in the middle. Now let's get to the whole point of this thing. What happens when you actually point your phone at it? How does this little square complete its mission and act like a key?
It's actually a super fast 4-step process. First, obviously, you scan it with your phone's camera. Then, some software on your phone immediately recognizes those patterns we talked about and starts deciphering the grid. Step 3, it translates all that data into something useful, like a web address. And then, boom! Step 4, you arrive. Your phone opens the link and you're at your digital destination. It's this whole journey from pixels to portal, and it happens in 2 seconds. So, we figured out what it is, how it's put together, and what it does. We even know who made it. But, after all of that, after taking it apart piece by piece, there is one huge unanswered question. One secret the code refuses to give up just by looking at it.
And this is the big one, right? The whole point. We've deconstructed the door, we know who put their name on it, but we still have no idea what's on the other side. So where does this code from Volcano Publishing actually lead?
And that's the one secret it won't tell you just by looking. It's this beautiful little paradox, isn't it? The whole reason it exists is to take you somewhere, but where it's taking you is a total mystery until you actually use it. All this incredible, intricate design, it's completely silent until a machine gives it a voice.
So, yeah, the next time you see one of these little pixelated squares, maybe on a coffee cup or a poster, pause for a second. You're not just looking at a bunch of dots. You're looking at a locked door, a modern hieroglyph. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many of these digital doorways are hidden all around you, in plain sight, just waiting for you to open them?